Hey folks, when I was starting out in graduate school, I had a miserably hard time trying to find sources for the papers I was writing. And over the years, I've gotten a lot better at it, some of which was practice and trial and error, but some of it was really good advice I got along the way that I wish I got sooner. So, for all of you, I'm just gonna give you the advice right now in a series of videos. And then you'll have it and you won't have to beat your head against the wall and do things wrong for years till somebody tells you how to do it right, the way some of us might have. Um, why is this worth doing? Better literature is going to make a better paper. It is going to make your paper easier to write. And also, you're practicing a skill and you're getting better at it when you're looking for literature. Even if it feels really hard and really unpleasant, this is an investment at getting better at this skill over time. Um, just one thing to keep in mind, it's easiest to write a sociology paper when your sources are sociology. So imagine if you were going to bake a batch of cookies and you could do it with two sets of ingredients. On one hand, you could use like flour, butter, eggs, sugar, chocolate chips. Or on the other hand, you could use like a watermelon, some hot dogs, a banana, some spaghetti. Obviously, the first group of ingredients, they're going to make better cookies because those are ingredients for cookies. The ingredients for your sociology paper are mostly going to be sociology articles. If you're finding articles from other disciplines, it's going to be about as difficult as trying to make chocolate chip cookies out of a watermelon and a banana. So, this can be hard for students sometimes. A couple things you could do if you're using a site that will let you refine your search to only sociology, do that. I will show you how to do that. Number two, check if the author is a sociologist. Number two, check if the journal is a sociology journal. So let's look at an example here. We have an article here. It is by one Jack Klappenberg. Department of Rural Sociology. So that dude looks like a sociologist, which in fact he is. He's a really, really good sociologist. And if you look up top, you can see the journal is Rural Sociology by the Rural Sociological Society. That's kind of screaming that this is sociology, and if that wasn't enough, he's literally talking about sociologists in his paper. So this article, definitely sociology, very good one to use in your sociology paper. If we look over at the journal that he is publishing in, so let's say you like this paper, you want more papers like it, there's a couple ways you could go about that. One is to look at the sources within this paper. That's going to get you all of the papers that Kloppenberg was reading and books and book chapters that went into writing this. So everything he cites in here will be older, and by now he wrote this in 1991. This is old. His sources are even older, but we can scroll down here and we can start to see within his literature review he's citing a lot of other sources. So you can see he's citing Rachel Carson, he's citing Barry Commoner Strange, all these folks here. Then if we look all the way down at the bottom, you can see that he cited his sources. So this is a whole long list of articles you could read that are similar to this article, but older. And you don't necessarily know which of this long list of sources is worth reading, but if you're reading through the article, particularly in the lit review, which is always the first part of an article where the author is explaining to you what's already known about this topic and what is not yet known that needs to be found out that they're going to do in this paper. As you read through the literature review, you will find sentences where they name a source, they're using the source in that sentence, they're citing it, and so you can see which sentences have tidbits of information that looks like the sources they're citing might be the most interesting. You could look at those. So that's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do, let's say we really like this article, we think it's probably from a pretty good journal. You know that your interests are about rural sociology more broadly. Maybe they're not the same topic as that particular paper, but this is a great journal. So you can come over here and it's going to tell you a little bit about what this journal is for, what they cover. You can look at the latest issue, and there's also a search function, so you could search and use that to find more things within rural sociology. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use my favorite website for searching literature, which is Web of Science, but I'm going to keep these videos short, so I will leave it here and meet you in the next video. Bye.